Good afternoon, Hive fans. Welcome to Saturday afternoon live stream here from Randy Ingersoll from Play Hive Like a Champion. Let me bear with me 1 second while I take a look here to make sure that I am up and going. Should be. Okay, it does look like my live stream is up and going. So welcome everybody. It's been an extremely busy last couple of weeks, and we have a very, very busy Saturday afternoon here at BoardSpace. You can see the lobby is open. We're going to be getting ready and joining a couple of these tournament matches that are tournament games that are going on. And don't forget, there is a link down below to my Kickstarter that's going on right now. We'll talk about that more a little bit later. So let me go over to here and turn. Okay, very good. So let's get started in room 6, which I think should be that button right there. Same X versus X. This is an exciting game going on right now. I am going to, while we're watching this game, I'm going to check to see if they have played their first game yet today. Does not look like they have. Okay, very good. This is game 1 of their table between Samax and X. Bear with me, let me. Do some manipulating here. So make sure if you're visiting me on my live stream that you drop a note in, let me know who you are, where you're from. Remember, there's a 3-minute delay, so what I say, you won't hear for 3 minutes. So if you send me a text, a chat on the live stream, then it will not happen until a little bit later. So something's going on in the background. Let me see if I can figure out. Turn that sound off. Okay. So this is Samax versus X, and this should be table 3 of match 1. And going into this game, the overall match is tied at 1 game apiece, 1 table apiece. This is Hungarian Hive Club versus Merops Apiaster. The Hungarian Hive Club, that's represented by Samax, and Merops Apiaster, that's the bee eaters, that's represented by X. And Samax is the Hungarian Hive Club, the host of this tournament. This is a game from the Hive Fair Play Cup. This is the final round, currently in the lead. So they're the favorite right now to win the Hive Cup for 2024, Fair Play Cup. That's not the only games going on. You can see in the lobby we've got games going on in room 6 and in room 10. So things are happening fairly quickly here. I'm going to go back to the very beginning and do a little bit of scroll through here. Both players open with ladybugs. Both players are white open, follows with a mosquito, and X follows with the queen in elbow. Black sets up a typical anti-spawn defense, ladybug, queen, pillbug. You are welcome, Max. And as quite often happens in these matches, it becomes a very early fight between the ants. And finally, white plays the pillbug. And we are caught up. So I am going to turn off the track mice. We don't need to see where their mice are going. So Black's last move, he placed the spider here, which this spider is threatening to go 1, 2, 3 and cap off the white mosquito. Or 1, 2, 3 and begin an attack. But the attack is not really a threat right at the moment. This is an interesting situation with Black. The mosquito has no jumping out power on its own. Usually you end up with a mosquito next to a ladybug. So the only way the mosquito can escape from inside this pocket is by pillbug power. So it's been an exciting round 6 in the Hive Fair Play Cup. There's also, let me grab my little notes here. Hold on one second. Somewhere I wrote down everybody that's playing today, if I can find it. Can't find it right off. Just suffice it to say there's a lot going on here today. Okay. So X is looking to warp the mosquito over. Bear with me one second. Let me just take a quick look here at standings. Okay, Merops Apiaster's at 3.5 points. Hungarian Hive Club is at 4.5 points. So if X can win this table and win the match, they will finish tied atop the leaderboard. And of course, if the black mosquito gets warped to here, then the white ladybug would be free. So that's very interesting. That would be an interesting option to do that. What I may do is get a review room open. I might do it a little bit differently today. So the spider did cap off the mosquito. And when the white spider came in, black grasshopper forms the ring. Interesting. The ladybug jumps out, breaking the ring, and then it looks like Lex is going to pin the white beetle. Now, of course, the threat is that the black ladybug moves away and the black queen gets free. So Max Shark has said hello on the chat, on the YouTube chat. So make sure you drop me a note. Let me know where you're from. We've got 7 concurrent viewers. And I don't know how long I'm gonna be live streaming today. There's a lot going on, so I could be here for a while, probably for a couple hours at least, until my wife calls me for dinner. Okay, hi Tim Hind. Plays under the name Farley. Farley, he signed up for the BoardSpace Open. We appreciate you joining into the tournament. So what's interesting also is that right now, the black ladybug, there's a gate here between the ladybug and the ant, keeps this white ant blocked into the cavern here. If the black ladybug should move away, then white would have 2 free ants. White would be winning the ant game. I haven't been taking a look. Let's take a quick look at the lobby and see how many people are joining us in the room watching. 8 people watching right now. Kim Labrea, hey, thanks for your videos. I hope you can play Hive like a champion, Kim. Of course, the white spider performed the pin replacement up here, so that frees that ant. Right, currently, of course, although the black ladybug could go to there, which would keep the white ant locked in place. Black grasshopper comes in. One of the things that you need to always look for when your opponent plays a bug, spawns a bug into the hive, is where can that bug go? So right now, the only spot that grasshopper could go would be to attack the queen. And if you can force your opponent to pin a weaker bug like a grasshopper or a spider with an ant, that's always a plus. So Kim is from Brazil. Welcome. So Kim, are you a Tamanduas fan? The South American anteaters, current reigning champion of the Fair Play Cup, and the ladybug did in fact move into pace. So the ladybug moves over to here, keeping the white ant pinned in place, freeing up the black queen. Now, if the white ladybug were to jump to here, of course, that would free the black ant, but it would also free the white beetle. But if the white beetle should move to there, then the black queen could warp to here, and the mosquito would be in a very good defensive position to protect the queen from that approaching beetle. But if the black queen were to go to here, it would move it away from the pill bug. Thank you, Pedro, for joining in. Of course, Pedro, that's Ordep Kubek. If you speak Spanish or want to learn Spanish, he has an excellent Hive YouTube channel as well under the name Ordep Kubek. And he plays for the team, the Hoppers, which my team, which is the Humble Hive Boys, we played the Hoppers in round 6. And I think we drew. I think it was a 1.5 points apiece all the way, if my memory serves me correctly. I'm getting old. That's the only thing I like about getting old is I get to meet new people all the time. Most of them I met before. So let me just quickly go over here and take a quick look. Yes, Ordep Kubek won his match against Big Meat. Crazy Bee won his match against Heavy Seafowl. And P. Capella and Mirmegi drew their match. So, or table, I should say. The match ended up as a draw. And while I'm talking, Ladybug moved over and we began another pin replacement. Interesting. The grasshopper was warped out to here, which potentially frees this ant, almost forcing white to keep the ant pinned. Now black has opened a beetle factory right here. So once this game is over, we'll take a look at the standings in the Hive Fair Play Cup. Okay. And this is one way to shut down spawn points, because if the ladybug does in fact go there, this is no longer a spawn point, because that would be a self-setup shot, and then white would be able to win by taking the kill shot here. So let X for a moment. So welcome, Kim. We appreciate you joining. Let's see. Let's do a little bit of rearranging here. So Kim from Brazil asked the question, what are your thoughts on the fan-made expansions? And my answer to that is, I love expansions. I love the fact that the game has been expanded with the 3 bugs that we currently have. In fact, in Play Hive Like a Champion First Edition, I had a whole chapter on expansions, including the Dragonfly, which was designed a long time ago by Christian Sperling. But basically, John Yanni has made the comment that he feels that the game is now complete and there probably won't be any more expansions. So Pedro says, yes, 1.5 to 1.5. We're also a humble team. So the white ladybug attacked, and the black ant pinned the spider. Interesting. Okay. Why does the white queen move there, you say? Because that opens this up as a potential beetle factory. Okay, if the white beetle spawns here, the black grasshopper jumps to there, forming a ring completely controlled by black. Black ladybug can jump out, and then white's path to the black queen just got quite a bit larger, quite a bit longer, I guess I should say. Okay, interesting. The white elected not to use that as a beetle factory, but instead to get his other ant out. And here's a good formation for a ring. X has formed this 6-bug ring. All 6 bugs are black. 4 of the 6 bugs are mobile. And of course, that's the subject of my next book entitled Hive Ring Theory. And there's a link down below. I have a Kickstarter going on right now. The Kickstarter is designed just so that I can hopefully raise enough money to make it to the upcoming Hive European uh, tournament, European Championship. That'll be in Budapest in the first week of June. So take a look at my Kickstarter campaign down below. If you haven't already, please purchase one of my books. You can purchase the upcoming book or one of the second edition of Play Hive Like a Champion. Of course, if you purchase a book during the Kickstarter and you're in the US, the UK, or in the EU, then those books will be autographed by me. In Europe and the UK, they'll be autographed by John Yanni as well. So sure enough, that's what black did. Black jumped in with a grasshopper, and it looks like white might be warping the ant away. If, however, black lets the ladybug jump out, then that reopens the beetle factory. If black, if white were to leave the ant in place and the ladybug jump out, then the white ant could just slip over and attack the black queen, shutting down the beetle factory, but that would allow the black queen to be warped away. I need to keep an eye on timing. MX is down to 2.5, but the timing is a little bit quicker in the Fair Play Cup than it is in the World Championship tournament or the BoardSpace Open, which is the last final qualifying method for the upcoming World Championship. 15 plus 10 here in the Fair Play Cup, 20 plus 20. Yes, Kim says, I get the feeling the game being complete, but my collector heart wants more bugs. I can understand that completely. So sure enough, the white ladybug gets warped out. The black ladybug jumps out, and here comes the white beetle. Now, what would happen? Yep, that's almost a given that black is going to pin that beetle. And that's very much to be expected. The white spider performs the pin replacement, and the black beetle comes in the beetle factory. Now, black is in a very good defensive position here with the pill bug and the mosquito side by side protecting the queen. White could move the ant to here, or could bring in a grasshopper here and jump to there to free this beetle. Or I guess the other option would be he's got two spawn points here and here, but he cannot stop black from qualifying for the win by covering the white queen, even if the black beetle should spawn. I'm sorry, I take that all back. White doesn't have any beetles available. Okay. White might be trying to attempt to set up a spot here in this pocket, and that beetle factory is alive and well the second black beetle comes into the game. Moving the ant to there, you trade this ant and spider for an ant and beetle. Very good trade for white, but it might be a little bit too. Although black doesn't have any bugs to spawn, so that is an interesting point. White still has three grasshoppers. And of course, that's one of the things that you always watch for is if the beetle covers your queen and there's direct drop spots, if there's no bugs available in reserve to direct drop, the direct drop doesn't mean anything. So Samax is down under a minute 15. So question is, will he make a mistake here under time pressure? So black's mobility is very limited. He's got the two beetles and the spider here. Particularly in these end-game situations where timing is critical, white has the option of moving the ant back and forth. Or climbing up with the beetle, and then the ant is very mobile. And I've been compiling statistics. We'll take a look at them after this game is over. Hopefully they'll take a 5 or 10 minute break between this game and the next. We'll take a look at some statistics from all the games played in the Fair Play Cup. And it's white definitely has a lead. Interesting. So the black beetle has coming out here. If the white beetle should, okay. Interesting. This ant can't move because it'll free the ladybug. This ant can move back and forth. So Samex is down to 30 seconds and counting. 30 seconds right now. You always have to ask yourself, is there a plan as these in-game situations take place? Not completely an in-game situation yet because Samex still has the 2 grasshoppers in reserve. Interesting. Sacrificing the beetle. Okay, he wants to keep the ant blocked in. Okay, very interesting. Okay, the spider pins the queen. Now the grasshopper can be warped to here. As long as white doesn't have a bug with an angle of attack to take the kill shot, that would then free the beetle again. But black is hard pressed to come up with enough bugs for the victory. You can take a self-set-up shot without the danger if your opponent does not have an angle of attack to take the kill shot. So that pinned down the queen and freed the beetle. And white is using the grasshopper to do another pin replacement. Anytime the timer down here is yellow, that's under 30 seconds. And when we look at the statistics, you'll see that white has a small advantage, might be a larger advantage if you take into consideration that when 2 players play, if one player wins both games, that's one is white and one is black, it skews uh, the statistics back toward 50-50. Go back to here. Let's take a look at this. What happened here? So when the grasshopper jumped in, didn't do the pin replacement. Okay. Samax is using the last grasshopper to free the ant. I'm sorry, free the beetle. Yep. Or Dep Kubek says black did it bad. He just had to cover the white beetle one with his black beetle, and it's a draw. The question is, will white be able to come out with the victory here? $2.45 and counting for let X. Samax is down to less than 20 seconds. Samax just ran out of time. I mean, I love the timing options we have here at BoardSpace, but it's very, very stressful when you get down in that timer gets down into the yellow. So the way it's set up here at BoardSpace now, Lex had the option if he wants to change the time limits and extend the game, or click on the end the game with a loss for Samax, which is the right thing to do in a tournament situation like this. Tower 50 says, nice game, guys. Wow, what a game. Okay, we're going to close this window. And let's see if I can get Excel open here. Shrink it down a little bit this direction. Now if we go back over here to what I have called sheet 2, so round 6, Hungarian Hive Club and Merops Apiaster. Merops Apiaster now, worst case scenario, they draw. If they draw, Hungarian Hive Club will end up with 5 points, and they'll be tied with the Fish and Chips. If Hungarian Hive Club wins, Fish and Chips will end up winning. So Merops Apiaster can't win the tournament. That's interesting. Well, let's get rid of that, and let's see where they're going to go and play next. They're going to take a 5-minute break, so let's see what else is going on here in other games. That was a great one. So let's see. There don't seem to be any other games going on right now. So let's get the review room open. So let's take a look at what other games have been played today. This has been an extremely busy day. We'll start with the most recent one. BRH 2113 against Jib. You can tell by the timing which tournament this is going on, because there's 2 tournaments going on right now. The Hive Fair Play Cup, it has 15 plus 10, and the BoardSpace Open has 20 plus 20. So Jib beat BRH 2113. Let's click on the other one. Game won by BRH 2113. So they split their table. Allo and Christoph. I matched up against Allo. This one was a Fair Play Cup match. Christoph 100 won that game, and Christoph 100 won that game. So he won the table against Allo. Allo is my opponent in the preliminary round of the BoardSpace Open. There's a lot going on today. Melissa's G beat Wan Ki End. In both games of their match. Excuse me. Max Shark and Mangusta split their match. That split their table earlier in the day. So we'll be watching for Lex and Max to begin their. Oh, it looks like they're going to be playing. Getting late here in Europe, said Lex. So tomorrow at 1300 GMT, which would be 9 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock in the morning my time. So that's a very good time. So there's an extremely good chance I'll be able to live stream tomorrow as well. So it should be exciting tomorrow. So join me back here tomorrow. So let's go ahead and take a little bit of time here and take a look at some of these games that have been played earlier. I have not played through these games. Let's look at I haven't even recorded these games for my replay without comment. So this is an exciting one earlier between Chigi and Gandak, won by Gandak in 136 moves. So let's see if I can get this. So let's do a quick run through. I haven't seen any at all of this game yet. This is Chigi versus Gandak. This was earlier in the day. Let's see, we want to use text. This is on table 1 of this match between Chigi playing for the Hungarian Hive Club and Gandak playing for Merops Apiaster. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to enlarge this a bit and only move things around when I need to. And it's interesting how more and more players are waiting to turn 4 to bring in their queen. I'm not a fan of that personally. I usually like to get my queen in early. But in this case, both players played their queen in buffer, so this would be an XCX queen configuration. Both players have mosquito and ant. Neither player has played the pillbug yet. Another ant, spider. The spider is threatening to pin the ant. So the ant attacks. And the spider pins the mosquito. And here comes Chigi with a beetle attack. Now what's interesting is that white could have played the ant here, sandwiched the black queen, but then black could play the pillbug here, giving pillbug power to the mosquito. And of course, black had to take advantage of that opportunity to bring the pillbug in. All the ants and both mosquitoes have been brought in. White has a bit of an advantage in the ant game with 2 free ants, but both of those ants are pinning opposing ants. White could perform a pin replacement up here. And that's what he does. And the black beetle is, oh, okay, interesting. Black moves the ant away, doesn't want to get pinned by the spider. That's interesting. Gandak has all of a sudden taken a commanding position here with 2 beetles atop the hive. Jiggy defends with the beetle. And let's take a look at that. Black elects to cover the mosquito rather than covering the queen, because black can spawn a bug here and the mosquito can climb up. That's interesting. The black grasshopper gets warped to here. Maybe black is going to use the pill bug as an attacking bug. Forms a ring completely controlled by black. And again, another comment about my upcoming book, Hive Ring Theory. Black forms a ring, which he completely controls. And do you know what a concentric ring is? I'll give you a hint. Look at this position. There's a section in my upcoming book about concentric rings and how important they are and how they can be beneficial. We've officially entered the endgame. Cheeky is running out of time, only 21.5 seconds. Black grasshopper attacks, forcing the white queen to move away. And now black has 3 bugs atop the hive. Black is attempting to, before he starts his attack, to control the outside of the hive. So does black have enough to win? He's got to fill 4 spots. The grasshopper is a good defensive spot, so there might be 5. He's got 3 bugs atop the hive, grasshopper, and a ladybug. Might have enough. Don't want the black ant to come over here and attack. So Cheeky is doing his best to try to make this game last as long as possible. Now, if black can figure out a way to get these 2 top of hive bugs into these kill spots, It's interesting how Cheeky is fighting to get something free. Gandak is keeping that from happening very well. Both under a minute at this point. Very interesting. This would be worth a longer look later, but it's interesting to see how White is trying desperately to limit Black's attackers. So right now, Black needs 4 bugs. He's got 4, but one of them's a spider. He's got the 3 bugs atop the hive. Oh, he's got the grasshopper here as well. So that might be enough. That grasshopper jumps over. Yep. And finally, nothing can stop the beetle can stop one, but not the other. Good game by Gandak on that one. Okay, so I had an enjoyable afternoon. So tomorrow morning at 1300 GMT, that's 9 o'clock my time, we'll see the concluding game of the match that we just saw between Lex and Samax. So I appreciate everybody joining me this afternoon. As always, I'm here helping you play Hive like a champion. Don't forget my Kickstarter, link down below. Want to learn more about rings, how they can help you in your gameplay? If you haven't already purchased Play Hive Like a Champion 2nd edition, now's the opportunity. Of course, this Kickstarter is releasing of the book's not going to be dependent on the Kickstarter. It's going to be released no matter what, but it'll be released later in the year. If you help out with the Kickstarter, you'll get an autographed copy of the book, and you'll get it a special edition, pre-printed earlier, and it'll help me get to the upcoming Hive European Championship in June. So thanks again for watching. Appreciate everybody. Thanks especially to Tim from England and Kim from Brazil for joining and commenting on my YouTube channel. Thanks always to Pedro, that's Ordep Kubik. He has his own YouTube channel in Spanish. Young player from Spain, plays in the Hoppers team. Max Shark, Dmitry from Russia, appreciate him joining. Thank you, Max. He's one of the top players in the world, plays for the Borscht, the Red Beetle Soup team. Thank you very much. As always, I am here helping you play Hive like a champion. Until next time, this is Randy Ingersoll signing off.